Hey, what's up? It's Symphony here. Subscribe to my brother Mr. Creepy as Hell channel, and when you're watching his videos, make sure you stay in one piece. Peace, peace, peace.
Cindy, I'm too afraid of dating again because of her. She's the reason why I haven't dated in a while, and I refuse to. What she put me through is something that no one should ever have to face or go through. My name is Danny, and this happened about 8 months ago. I was lonely and I didn't have anyone in my life. I started online dating, but that didn't really go too well. I decided to just give up on dating and just accept the fact that I was going to be lonely until I die. That wasn't until I met a woman a couple of days later. I don't have a car, so I usually take the city bus often. That particular day, I was taking the city bus to head to work. That's when I met her. There was a woman that was standing up because the bus was crowded, and she looked like she couldn't stand up much longer. She looked exhausted. I offered my seat to her. She smiled at me, and she took it. We didn't say nothing at first. We just sat there as the bus was going and as people were getting dropped off and everything. When the bus got to my destination, I got off. As I was getting off, I turned towards the woman and I told her to have a good day. She nodded and said the same to me. A couple of days had passed and I didn't see the woman again. That was until I took the bus one evening to go downtown to a bar. When I got inside the bar, that's when I saw her, the same woman I saw on the bus, and she looked more beautiful than ever. I was intrigued by the way she looked and the way she talked. I got up by the bar where the bartender was at, and I grabbed a stool and I sat down and I made my order. As I was drinking, I heard someone call out to me, "Hey, you're the guy on the bus that offered up your seat to me. Thank you." Oh, that was no problem. I didn't mind at all. By the way, my name is Danny. Cindy. Nice to meet you, Danny. Nice to meet you too, Cindy. After we introduced each other, we talked for a while. Everything was going well. And that's when Cindy asked me a question that kind of threw me for a loop. "Come back to my place," she demanded. I didn't even think to ask any questions or think that this was any red flags. I was a little drunk and not thinking too clear. So I took her up on her offer. Fuck it, why not? We walked it to her place, and once I got inside her house, with no questions asked, let's just say I got lucky. It was a really great night. The next morning, I left her place. I gave her my number, she gave me her number, and I went on about my business. Not even an hour later, that's when the text started happening. She would text me all throughout the morning and all throughout the night. It would be text messages like, "Hey honey, how you doing?" Or, "I hope you're not talking to any other woman besides me. I'm your one and only." Things like that kind of chilled me. I still tried to play it off. She was a very attractive woman, a very kind woman. But the text messages kept on going. The calls kept on coming in. It got to the point where I had to block her number because it was getting tiresome. When I blocked her number, I felt this relief of peace and quiet that I never felt before in a while. I was sitting down in my house reading a book. That's when there was a knock at my door. I opened it, and to my horror, it was Cindy, and she was holding a gun to my face. She told me, "Do you think it was smart to block my number, Danny? Come on. You know, all you men are alike. That's the same thing that happened with my ex-boyfriend until I had to teach him a little lesson. You know what, Danny? I made a huge mistake. You wasted my time and I wasted your time. So I'm just gonna do the honors of just having you killed. I don't wanna have to waste any more time with you. You were fine while it lasts, but now you're boring and I gotta toss you aside quickly. Cindy, look, you don't wanna do this, okay? Let's talk this over with. There's another way around this. You don't have to kill me," I pleaded with her. But she looked psychotic. There was a craziness in her eyes that said that she was going to do this and she wasn't going to go back on her word. She was going to go through it. She was going to kill me. But before she had the chance to pull the trigger, 3 cops had came and tackled her down to the ground and took the gun away from her. After she was put into custody, I gave the officers my statement. I was still a little shaken up after what happened, but I was alright. The cops told me that they saw Cindy coming in my apartment with a gun in her hand, and they followed her, and that's how they were able to put a stop to her. I'm thankful to them, and I'm thankful that I never have to worry about seeing Cindy ever again. But this did left me shaken up. It left me afraid to date for a while. I was too afraid that if I let myself or my guard down, that's when someone's going to take advantage of that.